Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we're continuing with our first unit, which is titled Big Changes. Our lesson today is the form, meaning and function in your books, page 16 and 17. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 16 and 17, your workbooks for some exercise, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. Ready? Let's get started. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use simple past tense correctly. You will be able to use past time expressions correctly and use the past progressive tense correctly. So we're having two tenses, the simple past and the past progressive. Then you will use the past tense with when. So we're going to introduce when and how we can use it in the past tense. Let's get started in here and we will continue with our friend Adel. Let's listen to him. Hi, I am Adel and I study on my 10th grade. Last week was the first week and we discussed some big changes. During the week, I thought about these changes. So I will take his words one by one and we will underline the verb. This semester started a week ago. Where's the verb in here? Started. Also, he said, we discussed some big changes last week. What did we do? We discussed some big changes. And also, he said, last week was the first week. We're having here and was. All of these sentences discussed, started, and this was the first week. All of them are in the past tense. They didn't happen now and not in the future. No, happened and it's all done. So, here we're speaking about the simple past tense. What do I mean by simple past? When I say simple past, it is an event or an action that happened not now, before now. Notice, maybe an hour ago, a week ago, or last year. So, before now. I believe that you still remember from the grammar lesson. How can you form a sentence using the simple past tense? For an English sentence, we start with the pronoun, whether he, she, or it, they, you, we, or I. Then, because it's simple past, here we're going to use the verb number 2, the verb in the past, played, went, done, let's say did. So, the semester started a week ago. Notice, it started, verb number 2 here. Then, King Abdulaziz regained Riyadh in 1902. He regained, regular form of the verb, regained. You notice, just the subject followed by verb number 2. We don't have a helping verb, by the way, in here. So let's look into here. We're having here someone who's watching TV. I will tell you that this is my brother. This is what he did yesterday. The question would say, what did he do yesterday? Not today, yesterday. Look at the picture for him. What did he do? From the picture we can tell that he watched TV yesterday. I want you to notice this one, watched, because we have a did and we have a yesterday as well. Did, past. So, when I have watched, I want you to analyze it. What do we say in here? We have the action, which is watch. It's yes, it is watch, the present tense of the verb. And this did is going to be used. Did watch. So it is did plus watch. Did and watch, you will get watched. Now let's form a question from this one, a yes-no question. Did he watch TV So I have used this did. Did he watch? Not watched, because I already have a did. Did he watch TV yesterday? What do you think? Look at the picture. Did he watch TV yesterday? I guess yes. So yes, he did. So we used the same did in here. Yes, he watched TV yesterday. How about a negative question in here? He didn't go out. Notice, because we have a negative, not, we used the did. He watched? No, he did not go. Not went, go. So let's ask a question. Did he go out? We use the did that is in the negative in here. So we use did he go out? What do you think? No, he didn't go out. So no, he did not. He didn't go out. These are for the yes, no questions. Now let's look at our friend in here, and I want you to just to answer. Here we're having someone, he's on his computer working, and it is 9. What would we say? Did Ali go out yesterday? What do you think? No, he didn't. He didn't go out. He was working at his desk. What did he do? He stayed at home. Notice the ed here because we have did. He stayed at home. Did he sleep early? What do you think? Yes, he did. When did he sleep? He slept at 9. When? So this is the answer. And did, and we're having slept, did and sleep. Slept. He slept, he did sleep. And we will use it in the negative and in the question. Okay, back to our friend in here, and we will try to answer certain questions about the phrases that he gave us. Ask and answer questions use the simple past. What did he say? He said, this semester started a week ago. The thing that you are supposed to do in here, you will analyze the verb. Where is the verb at the beginning? Here, started. What do we mean by started? Let's try to analyze it. It means that we've got in here past, so did, and so we're all done with this one, and the action, which is start. Did and start. Now, I've got all what I need to form a yes-no question. So I would say here, did the semester start a week ago? And the answer, yes, it did. It started a week ago. Okay, one more. What did he say? Last week, we discussed some big changes. Where is the verb in here? It is discussed. So we will come up with did, and we're having as well discuss. Now let's form a question. We will say here, did they discuss holiday? Did they discuss the big changes? They didn't. No, they didn't. They discussed big changes. Okay, this is about the simple past. Now let's go to your workbooks, page 9. And your workbooks, page 9. Complete exercise D. Complete the information, use past simple tense. So you will use the ed or the verb number 2 of the verb. Yesterday, Saeed not go out. Negative. So we need a helping verb. He didn't go. Because we have a negative here, we need a helping verb. It is in the simple past, did not go out because he want to write a report. Past of want, he wanted to write a report about natural disasters. He wait for his friends. Past of wait, he waited for his friends to come to discuss some ideas. His friends, Ali and Samir, live. They lived in the same town last year. But last week, there was an earthquake. Is are and am. The past is was or were. So, earthquake when there was an earthquake. It damaged part of the road. Damaged. This caused a traffic problem. So the buses not arrive. Here we need a helping verb. The buses did not arrive. They didn't arrive. Okay? This is for the simple past. Now let's try to answer these questions. The same page, page 9 in your workbooks. Oh, I want you to answer the questions. What did our friend, what did he want to write? He wanted to write a report. So we have did and want. It's wanted. He wanted to write a report. Where did his friends live? They lived in the same town. So did and live, so it's lived. What did the earthquake do? What did it do? The earthquake damaged part of the road. Did and the action is do, which is damaged. Did Saeed's friends go to his house by bus? This is a yes/no question. No, they didn't, because the buses didn't arrive. Okay. Now, I want to use the simple past tense. However, there are many time expressions. What do we mean by the time expression? That's a word or two words that will give you the sense that this sentence is in the simple past, is in the past progressive, sometimes it is now or in the future. Examples for time expressions generally: today, yesterday, last week, tomorrow, last month, a week ago, next month, and we're having now. Let's try to choose the ones that are in the simple past tense. Today, now, so we can't use it. We can use yesterday for the simple past. What else? Last week, tomorrow, future. Last month, a month ago. A week ago, yes, I can use a week ago. Next week, future. Now, present progressive. So, for the simple past, we can use yesterday, last week, last month, and a week ago. These are some of the examples, and we're having many more. So, we're having from your books these examples. What did you do last night? Notice we have a did, past. I watched a documentary about global warming. Here, watched. Also, where did you go yesterday? Yesterday, so we use did. We visited the Roman baths. So, visited the Roman baths. Okay? Visited in the past. So the time expression is going to show you which tense to use. Okay, now back to our friend in here. We're having our friend Adil, and he's going to tell us about his experience. Last Monday, at this time, so at this specific time, we were speaking about big changes. When we discussed big changes, we were using simple past or past tense. Last week, I used my phone to attend an online course. If you remember, he is attending an online course. Because my computer was not working. Okay, so what did he say? Last Monday, we were speaking about big changes, and I used my phone to attend an online course because my computer was not working. Here, I wanted to focus on the idea of were speaking and also was not working. Which tense is it? Present, past, or future? It happened in the past. However, this time we are using the ing, so progressive, past progressive tense. What do we mean by a past progressive? It is an action that is taking place for a long period of time in the past, not now, in the past, maybe yesterday at this specific time. Maybe at 9, yesterday at 9, I was watching TV. How do we form a past progressive? Just like any English sentence, you start with the pronoun he, she, it, or I, they, you, or we. Then, progressive, it means that we need an ing, so we need a verb to be. Was or were. He was, she was, it was, and I was. Or they, you, we, were. Followed by the verb. And because it's progressive, we will use the ing. So, ing requires a verb to be. Ing because it is progressive. You can't just add the ing without a verb to be. He was working on a project. They were talking about big changes. Like, yesterday at this time, I was taking a shower. Was taking. This time was doing. Also, I was sleeping when the phone rang. Was sleeping when the phone rang a specific time. An action that is taking place at this specific time. Okay, back to my brother who was watching TV yesterday. What was he doing yesterday at 10? Specifically at 10. Yesterday at 10, he was watching TV yesterday at 10. Notice, no did. This was, we used it in here. He was watching TV yesterday at 10. Was he watching TV? Notice, all we have done is just to change the order. Was he watching TV? What do you think? From the picture we can tell that yes, he was watching TV. Then, he was not working. Yes, he wasn't working actually. So let's form a question from this one. Was he working? The easy way, conversion. Was he working? What do you think? From looking at the picture, you will tell that no, he was not working. He was watching TV yesterday at 10. Okay, so here we're having our friend back again. Here, what did he say? When we discussed big changes, we were using past tense. Notice, discussed, were using. The other sentence, I don't like using my phone for classes. One time, I was using my phone for classes when a friend called and I was confused. So what did he say in here? One time, I was using, then a friend called me. So, long action, and we're having another short action. So, here what are we using in here? We will use when to make a connection between two verbs. So, let's look at Sam in here. We're having two actions. The action of eating, look at him, he's eating, and we're having the phone, it's ringing. So Sam was eating at home when the phone rang. So maybe he started eating for 30 minutes, from 1 to 1:30. And in the middle, something happened, which was the phone ringing idea. It didn't ring like for 30 minutes, no, just for a minute. So he would say, Sam was eating when the phone rang. Notice that the first sentence is in the past progressive tense, followed by when, then simple past tense. We can change, if you want to change the order of the sentence, you can do so. So you can do, when the phone rang, notice, comma in here, Sam was eating at home. So we started with when, with the simple past, and followed by the past progressive, and never forget to put or use your comma. Okay? So always after when, we want to make a connection between the two tenses. So I am trying to do it in here using the simple past with when past progressive, the long action. So we're having here, this is our timeline. Now I'm speaking to you, and yesterday he was eating for 30 minutes. Then something suddenly happened, which is the phone rang. Long action. I was giving a class for 1 hour. Someone knocked the door, not for the whole hour, no, just once, one time. I was taking a lesson, I was taking an English class when my mom called me. She called you once, only one time. Another example, look at him. Sleeping, the alarm. He was sleeping when the alarm rang. Sleeping for how long? For maybe 3 to 4 hours, let's say 5 hours. Then the alarm will ring just for once. So, when the alarm rang, he was sleeping. The long action in the past progressive, the short action will be, it happens only once, interrupting. So, it rang when he was sleeping. I slept for 7 hours, 5 hours. The phone rang or the alarm rang just for once. Okay, now let's try to use when, and remember, when will be used with the simple past tense. The people sleep, the second sentence, the earthquake happened. Which one is long action and which one is short? It will be, the people were sleeping for 7 hours when the earthquake happened. Notice, were sleeping, ing, when the earthquake happened. They were sleeping, it happened, in the middle. Fatima going home, see her friend Nawal. What do we use in here? Fatima was going home, she was in the process when she saw her friend Nawal. She saw her only for once, one time. One more. Majid look at trees, he see a parrot. So we will say in here, Majid was looking at the trees, he was looking maybe for a minute. Then when he saw a parrot, for a glance, just once, he saw a parrot. I was looking around the class when I saw a student writing. The students wait for bus, rain start. Waiting, start. So we will say the students were waiting for the bus. They waited for 30 minutes. Then when it started raining, it will start for once. When the rain started. Okay, so the long action will be in the progressive form, past progressive. It will be interrupted by a short action. It will happen only once. Now let's go to your workbooks, page 10. Exercise Q, complete the sentences with the correct simple past or past progressive form of the verb. Another reminder, when the short action, the other verb will be the long action. I was sleeping when the door knocked. Noura sleep when the tsunami flooded the village. Which one is long? The idea of sleeping. Noura was sleeping when the tsunami flooded the village. So she slept for 5 hours, flooded in the middle. We hear the news about the space shuttle when it be launched. We heard the news about the space shuttle when it was being launched. I want you to focus on the idea that we have here is, go back to the grammar lesson, it is something that is related to the sense see, hear, listen. These are stative verbs. Never use them with ing. Number 3, the officials not ration food when the word first start. We're not rationing So the officials, not one, they were not rationing the food, dividing the food when the war first started. So they were not putting it in parts, giving each one a share. When Edmund Halley located the comet, he studied the movement of planets. When Edmund Halley located, he was studying. Then we're having he located, he found. He was studying, in the middle, he found or located. Okay? For your homework, I want you to refer to your workbooks, page 9 and 10. We'll have an exercise. Just complete the exercises that we have just started. Use the simple past or past progressive when it is needed. I guess that is it for our lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.